excited about toys.
So, kind of like the sloth.
You said you thought about the law?
I kind of like the sloth.
Oh.
What's up?
How's all this shit? Nelson? Did you do this? Good job, Nelson. Or do anything until Maureen says it's okay to do it.
And go.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Good weekend?
Yep.
Did you do anything for yourself to add value to you?
Yes.
Sometimes those things can be disguised as difficult, but they're still for you. Did anything happen to you this weekend? No? Something happened to you? What happened?
Nothing.
Trick question! Maureen, you failed. Good day, sir.
No, I actually had a wonderful weekend. I was testing you.
Oh, it's a reverse test. Every single thing that happens for you. There isn't a thing that happens to you. The question is, are you somebody who can find the reasons why it's happening for you? Or do you start doing this thing? It's not me. It wasn't me. As Zig Ziglar said, the inflection in her voice said it wasn't me. They're going to fire me. It's all those people that don't know. There's a big time poison that comes with that a lot of times, and I work on this myself to this day. It's probably something I'll always work on getting better at. What would other people think? Because a lot of times when something is happening and you're struggling with finding out why it's happening for you and why it is happening for you and not to you, it comes with the thought of what would other people think. Don't even get me started. No, I'm gonna put that down. I think I'm hitting. Gotta lighten it up a little bit here. Anything fun happened this weekend at all?
Yes.
What happened, Angela? Tell me more.
I got to meet one of my oldest friends, 2-year-old,
Yeah?
for the first time.
Really? And how'd it go?
Amazing.
What was the name?
Olivia.
Olivia. That's a good name. What'd you do?
Hung out at a friend's house on the water in Lauderdale and just had great conversations and caught up. And George played with Olivia and chased her around all weekend.
Awesome. Awesome. George is the dog.
Yes.
Cool. A lot of joy in a 2-year-old, huh?
And a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Dog people. Anybody else? Something fun? Something good?
Come on.
I restored my headlights.
Nice.
That'll help.
Alright.
I need to do that to mine.
There's a lot of value in that. Alright. I used to market and sell wheelchair accessible vehicles, and sometimes just restoring the headlights made the thing look like it was worth $10,000 more.
Right.
And guess what I did? Sold it for $12,000 more.
There you go.
Best in the business, baby. The best in the biz at whatever I'm doing right now. That's what I tell myself. I get to choose how I think. Choosing how I think is the only thing I control. And it's also the definition of the word attitude. I know you guys know this. So why not? Last week, Kenny Rios and Nelson Rodriguez just under $6,000 AEP. And that's top of the board. It's like that in between. I want to say, all right, you guys were the best of what we did. That should be the average, though. All right, that's an average week for Kenny and Nelson. That's a week where it kind of just, that's an average week. We saw some great things happen, though. Don't get me wrong. Crystal and Karen were both over 4,000 AEP. Had 6 apps each. Good job. Had some momentum building talk time efforts. Kenny almost at 27. Claire over 25. Karen over 27. Karen's going to be at the top of the board, guys, real quick. And it's not going to be, like we talked about with Nelson last week a little bit, she's not going to be at the top of the board because she got lucky that week. She's going to be at the top of the board because the effort she put in last week, the effort this week, the effort, learning, going, stacking days, and then it's going to happen. It's going to happen because of what her previous self had done to make her future self happy in the present moment. Yes?
Yes.
Lots of room for improvement. Lots of room. I mean, Nelson missed 2 days, or excuse me, Ansel missed 2 days and still was in the middle of the pack, right? If someone missed 2 days and whooped you, come on, man. Miss Marine took a call. Marine.
Yeah.
How many calls you take?
I took one.
How'd it go?
I closed in. It was actually interesting because it literally was the process. And I know where, because I've been not doing it for a little while, I fell short a little bit in my 2, so I had to make up for it at the end. But I knew in my 2 when I left out that I should have spent more time there, and then I had to make up for it at the end. So the process is the process is the process.
And it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
1 for 1, 100% conversion. I'll take that.
Yeah.
So let's have some fun. Okay? The process should be fun. It shouldn't be a thing that is you're getting beat over the head with, and then you're having an argument in your head as you're going through calls, arguing with yourself whether or not it works, or if it's this, or if it's that, or maybe I'm not, or did I too much, or what. Just learn it and do it and be. Once it's muscle memory, once it's a reaction, then you can be totally present. And we're going to do a little piece on attention this week as far as attention spans and how valuable they are. But let me give you a little bit of a foreshadowing on it, because I don't know how much time I'm going to spend in here on it, because we've got some stuff to do with this crap. Your attention is your power for whatever you want. You want love? Put all of your attention on loving yourself every second of the day. Don't let it split. It's impossible. Stay with me. You want to be great at something? Put all of your attention on it and don't let it split. And that thing will happen in your life. I promise. Now, here's where it doesn't happen. I'm going to put my attention on really executing mod 2 today. Here we go. All mod 2. What's mod 2? Rapport build. How's mod 2? What are the questions? Script. How do I? Mod 2, rapport. Everything I do, rapport. Go to the bathroom, see somebody, I'm going to build rapport, attention. You get into your pitch. You get going. You're focused. Call doesn't go that well, it ends. Cell phone rings. Oh. Call beeps. You don't answer it when you're supposed to because your cell phone rings, then you're back. Attention split. Now it's only this amount of attention. Let me get back again. Rapport. Maybe you get into a little further that time. Maybe you like what you did and something else happens and you got to split. You get an email, you want to go on your email. Split. You remember that you need time off. It's split. And all day long, our attention is being splintered. Now, there's nothing we can do about that in totality. It is the nature of things. Short of taking a vow of silence, which will not serve you at this job. So let's do something real simple with attention today. Let's have awareness of it. All of our attention should be on being the best agent we can be today. Getting better, doing the things that are going to put us at the top of the board, to make us the money we want to make, to further our being great at whatever we're doing now, knowing that it's going to serve us in some way as we move forward. I would love very, very much to tell you all to put your cell phones in a basket today. I understand that we need them to send a message out. When we can't make an outbound call, we got to call, right? When you're on a call Where's your cell phone? That's my challenge today. And I'm going to pop something else in on the cell phone. The windows up on your screen, are they all the windows you need to pitch, or are there ancillary windows up? Email, YouTube, whatever, bill you're paying, Google News, whatever it is. Then where's your cell phone? Because if your cell phone is right here, and you say all of your attention, and all of your attention is on pitching, it is not. Because if there's a notification, and your phone lights up, splinter. Well, Angel, I didn't check it. Doesn't matter. You know it's there. You saw a notification. Somewhere in your mind, some of your attention has been splintered. Who is it? What is it? When can I check it? Not going to check it now because right now I'm totally focused. By talking to yourself about why you're totally focused, you're not totally focused. So where's your cell phone? Does that make sense? And there's nothing, I'm not saying there's anything inherently wrong with wanting to check your notification. The fact, though, that it happens in a call does splinter your attention. The story you're getting ready to tell maybe gets or something we're getting ready to say, praise, a transition, just something little. It splinters you from being the best version of you. Yes? Feel like I've got to drive that home some other way, but I'll think about it. Stories. This is what I'm going to talk about. On Wednesday and on Friday, we're going to have storytelling time. Guys, our ability to tell stories in everything that we do, in any way that we want to be persuasive or trying to make a point, is so valuable to communication. It's why we go to the movies. If you went to see an action movie and there was no backstory, it was just a guy kicking someone in the face for 2 hours over and over and over and over and over, it wouldn't be a good movie. If you went to see a love story and the people were just dating and got married and had kids and died, it wouldn't be a good story. There's got to be a reason. There's got to be something that captures your attention, that makes you feel. We talk about it all the time, how important stories are. So, in the spirit of creative and critical thinking, just as a thing, the more creative and critical thinking we do together, the more likely you are to have an aha moment. The more likely you are to make an inference about something, which, by the way, is the highest level of comprehension. When you're learning something and you're able to see what you're learning and then say, well, if this is this, then that is that, and that's called making an inference. That's inferring based on something that wasn't said in the learning that you're consuming, but it made you think about it. That's the highest level of comprehension. So if we're able to elicit these responses in the stories that we tell, you're going to make more money. People are going to listen to you longer. They're going to feel what you're saying. But when they're canned and when they're boring and when they're just it has no impact. And that's something I know we can get better at today. Okay, there's a lot of things that I don't hope, I want, I think, maybe. But I know we can get better at telling stories today. And I know for certain that not all of us have written down all of our stories. Which is okay. It has nothing to do with this exercise. I mean, it kind of does, because if you want to be good and win, which I don't even know yet how the winner is going to be determined from this little exercise we're going to do, other than me saying, yes, money for you. And maybe that'll be it. In the video that we watch, that I hope you guys remember, but if you don't, ask me about it because I'll send it to you again. The Magical Science of Storytelling. Gentleman, real sharp dude, is talking about the different endorphins that get released when you tell stories certain ways and the science behind it. And if you're willing to understand what those different endorphins are and how they get released, then you can build your stories around them to elicit the chemical, emotional response you want from that individual based on your story. It's not that hard. It's pretty straightforward. It's only 2 or 3, really. He starts the video out talking about a gentleman who went and bought 200 different dollar store items, $1 items. And then he called 200 different authors and asked them to be a part of a experiment, social experiment, where he was going to have each of them write a story about one of those items and attach that story to the item on eBay and try to sell it for more than $1. I'll let you guys watch the video if you don't remember to see what happened, but that's what we're going to do. All right, on Wednesday, some of you are going to give your stories, and on Friday, some of you are going to give your stories. I went to the dollar store, did a little shopping for us. Everyone's going to get an item. I'm going to send out an email who's going on Wednesday and who's going on Friday. Is this straightforward enough for you? Some more instructions will be in the email, but essentially the stories are not to be more than 3 minutes long, yes? Ansel, what's the outline of the assignment?
We're basically supposed to rewatch the video to understand what endorphins will, I guess, be activated with our storytelling and we'll present either Wednesday or Friday.
Present what?
Whatever he's saying.
The story, whatever story on whatever item. Good, and that's kind of an inference because part of the directions of that was not about having to rewatch the video, but Ansel knows he's gonna, so he wins the damn thing. That's an inference, okay? I didn't say you have to rewatch the video in order to do this exercise. But Ansel made the inference based on something I said earlier that he was going to do so that he could be successful. So without further ado, because I know you're all on the edge of your seats, I'm on the edge of my seat. I know you guys are bringing the same energy and enthusiasm as I am right now. I can feel it. Ooh, it's nice, Maureen. Let's find out who's got what. Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, to add a little fun to this, Ashley's involved, I'm involved, Maureen's involved, Angela's involved, Jason's involved. If I can get a hold of the janitor, I'm going to see if he wants to pop in. We have one of those. I don't know.
So how many is it total?
Oh, we're going to find out right now, Mo.
Okay.
Keep count. Let's start with the folks at home. If you're not on this call, then you're not hearing this, and we'll send you a thing later. If you are, we're going to still send you a better idea. But Madison Kate, you've got a bottle of glue. I'll send you some pictures. Camera. Glue. Mike, hold on.
Nice catch.
Praise. Who else is at home? Brian? Brian!
No, so she got it.
You got a Matchbox truck, baby. A red Matchbox truck. I'm going to send you guys all close up so you get all the parameters, diameters, so you can build all the feeling words and adjectives that you're going to use to make us feel. Matchbox truck, little red truck. Doesn't look new. Has a rooster on it. Maybe you'll see it. Claire. Garden gnome. You got a garden gnome. Miniature garden gnome. By the way, guys, every single one of these things cost $1. I made sure I didn't go over so no one thinks they got something nicer. Who else is in here?
It's not here?
Elaine?
Or in Elaine, yes.
Is Elaine on the call?
She hasn't said good morning, but she should be.
Elaine, you got a Disney princess book. Disney princess titled The Light of Love. I didn't have Elaine on here. That was going to be mine. If Elaine's not on here and doesn't get it, I'll tell a story about the light of love that will change your life. Kenny Ocho Rios, wherever you are right now. Can of corn. Jason Klein. Drop cloth.
It's great for dead bodies.
That's probably exactly what Jason said. We've got someone after your own heart in here, Jason. Said drop cloth. Karen's first response was great for dead bodies. You didn't get.
Just got moved to the top of the list.
You didn't say how we had to make them feel. Mike. Aches and pains muscle relief concentrated mineral bath soap.
Alright.
$1.
You have to go home and try it out.
Angela Loftus. Steel wool pads.
Lemon.
It's on now.
Alright, so.
Nelson Rodriguez. Glow in the dark stickers. Know and glow insects and bugs. Sticker activities. Boom.
We get to play.
We all get to play. Ansel.
Don't throw that.
That's it too. Aerodynamically, I don't know how that's gonna fly. Flashlight. Crystal. Bouncy ball. Someone give that to Crystal. Ashley.
Aw.
Little miniature sloth. Be careful because I already broke his hand. But you know what happened when I broke his hand? I grabbed Madison's glue, put them back together. Little hint. Stories from Madison. Maureen.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Maybe I shouldn't give this one to Maureen. People would be getting smacked. Slap hand.
Oh, shoot. Thank you.
All right.
I don't have one?
Karen. What the
You're
shit?
just rude.
Hold on a second. Stand by.
Dude, sit there great hours and leave me out. Fine.
Ah, you can have the slap pan.
No, because I will use it.
That's I think we know.
We'll be using it in
Here's a
Jason's
shot
shot
of the
clock.
drop cloth thing. Karen. Easter bunny thing. Sorry. I did not forget you. I just forgot you. To bring it. Put you on the list. I didn't forget you at the dollar store.
I get a Easter bunny with sunglasses.
Good voice inflection. Look for the email. Think about your stories. Get creative. It's not necessarily about the thing that's in front of you. Could be, might be. Be creative today. Find the opportunities to tell your stories and have fun. Make today into a day that adds value to you and everywhere else you go. 'Cause that's where I'm going to have my attention today. I'm aware that it will be splintered from time to time. When it is, I will feel the splinter and be aware of that. And then do my best to bring it back to doing things that make me the best version of me today. So that the future me has all the love that it could ever want. Has all the things and stuff that he could ever want. And has all the freedom that he could ever want. Yes? You got greatness in your heart?
Let me know.
No, stay there. Stay. No. How do you feel right now? Okay, now I want you to say it a little bit louder. If you got greatness in your heart?
Let
Let
it
it
out.
out.
Okay, all right, okay. Now I want you to exaggerate and yell it as loud as you can. If you've got greatness in your heart, let it out. Now how do you feel? Go do something great, please.
Good morning, everyone. Kick
Yeah,
butts.
glue from Madison. I'll take some pictures of this stuff and send them out.